The learning Zilu Nishmas Etta Ahuva Yaakov Maseches Kinim Perik Beis Mishnah Aleph. Kan stuma, a kan which a Yeledes has, but it was not mefarish, zuchatas v'zu oila, so both birds are stam, and one of them becomes not negeya, either because parach b'mena goizel aver, it flew away and you no longer have it. Parach ben amesis, it flew amongst birds that are mechuyev misa, like the case that we had in Mishnah Beis, we said Yumusu Kulam, so it flew amongst the group of those. Or just one of them died. So now you're left with the remaining bird, which is a stam, yikach zug l'sheni, you could go ahead and buy another bird together with it, and that's the easy part of this Mishnah. The Rav speaks out, if it was a mefureshes, a chatas and a oila, and you knew that the one that you have is a chatas and the one that you lost is a oila, then that's pashit. You go ahead and you could buy another oila and pair it together with the chatas, and she's good to go. The end of the Mishnah is connected to Mishnah Beis. What's the case? Parach lebein hakrevis. Let's say this kan stuma, one of the birds flew into another kan stuma that someone else had. So pasel, it becomes pasel, the bird that flew away. Upaisel echad kenegde, it also pasels its partner, the other bird in the kan. Shagchizal pereach pasel, upaisel is kenegde. That's the klal always, that a bird that flies away and is pasel, and it pasels the group that it came from, also its partner bird. Mishnah Beis explains more. Ketzad shtei nashim lezu shtei kinim lezu shtei kinim. Rachel had two kinim. She was a Yeledes twice, miscarriages, let's say, and Rachel had two kinim. So parach mezu lezu. Let's say it flew from Rachel's into Leah. So now Leah has, instead of two kinim, which is 4 birds, she has 5 birds, and Rachel only has 3 birds. Paisal echad b'halichase. So the halacha that we just said before, it would pasel the new group. Out of the new group, you could only bring 4, not 5. And in the Rachel's group, she can't bring 3. She could only bring 2. And the reason is because in either group you could speak it out, but let's just speak it out in the original group, the 3 group. If she would bring all 3, then she would be saying that she brings one as a oila, one as a chatas, and the third one that she brings, she would be now designating that it is a oila. Let's say she brings it on top, and that would make it that the other bird would be a chatas. Now, if it makes it into a chatas, now you're stuck, and you wouldn't be able to be makriv any birds, because maybe the bird that you're bringing lamata is the chatas bird. So you don't want it to be designated. You don't want to be mefarish from the bird that flew away, which was a skan suma. You rather not be mefarish it. If you're not mefarish it, then you're left with what you vadai had safe. So in Leah had vadai 4 birds. She could bring 2 as a oila, 2 as a chatas. And Rachel had vadai 2 birds that we know one could be brought as a oila, one could be brought as a chatas. The Mishnah continues, chazar. So if a bird now flew from the group of 5 back into the 3, so now each group now has 4, but we don't know which one flew back. Best case scenario would be the one that flew back, but you don't know that happened. And therefore you have to go again and apply the same exact rule that we just said, that that again now another 2 birds are lost out of each kan. So now instead of having 4 relevant for Leah, you only have 3 relevant for Leah. And instead of having 2 for Rachel, you only have 1 left for Rachel. But this, the Mishnah says that parach l'chara, parach l'chazer, once it keeps on going back and forth, lo yifsek klum. You don't lose more than that. Shafilu heim muravis, even if all the birds all together will mix together, in pachas mishnayim. Then the klal will revert back to the halacha that we had in Perek Aleph Mishnah Beis, that the klal was ein kosher el kaminyan chatoy shebechayva, which is 4 birds altogether. Out of the 8 birds, you could bring half of them, which is 4 birds, which was the exact halacha that we just said. We said that Leah was remaining with 3 birds that she could bring, and Rachel was left with 1 bird that she could bring. So those are the 4 birds. So even if they keep on going back and forth, you could be makriv 4 birds, 2 as a chatas and 2 as an oila.